I-Team reporter Jonathan Humbert first uncovered this story last week, and now things are moving quickly.
Absolutely. The internal investigation by the State Veterans Department now has some very powerful company. The Attorney General's office is trying to decide if taking those stones is considered a crime. With that question looming, now Tami and Kevin Jenicke are taking the stones back where they belong. The view from above said it all last Wednesday. 77 gravestones, memorials of the heroes who gave so much, now turned, twisted into a different form. A patio.
We haven't broken any policies.
The people behind the patio are Tami and Kevin Jenicke. She is spokesperson for the State Veterans Home. He actually works at the cemetery. The Jenickes took home stones meant for destruction. Normally spouses can be buried together, and that requires replacing the current headstone. Those old headstones ended up here. Now, with the plan exposed, the Jenickes had to pull the stones up. They blocked a view of any possible inscriptions and set out to return them.
We have to step back and say, how have we failed?
Carol Turner is the regional boss for the Veterans Department. Turner says the patio is a mistake that never should have happened.
Our veterans deserved respectful, peaceful, final resting place.
Turner says the actions of the Jenickes should not reflect on her entire agency and says this was an isolated case.
This does not define who we are. We're much better than this.
Yet back at the cemetery, new proof the Jenickes still have supporters. While returning a load of stones, Kevin Jenicke hid from our cameras at every opportunity, even driving away at one point with the tailgate still down. Later, from a different angle, Jenicke motions for a co-worker to move a state truck, moving it all in an effort to block our view. Not once, but twice.
Hi, Mom.
Jenicke eventually finishes the drop-off and heads out, knowing the investigation has expanded. Turner's internal inquiry promises results.
At the conclusion of our investigation, we will, as appropriate, take sanctions against the Jenickes and whomever, quite frankly.
A decision still to come, just the consequences of what was and what should be. Now again, the state has no policy on how the old stones should be destroyed, but the federal government does. The stones should be ground down and broken apart so they cannot be recognized. The most honorable option available, they say. While the agencies continue their investigations and possible sanctions, the Veterans Department is still finalizing and crafting state rules to keep this from happening again. The Attorney General's office had no other comment today on its investigation other than to say that they are now looking into the case.